Hey everyone, before the video starts, I just wanted to quickly mention something that I didn't talk about in the initial stream when it comes to the Deme situation, which is faked screenshots alleging that Deme's boyfriend is somebody who is a sexual abuser. These were like in my replies, these were being spread everywhere, but the only instance where it ever existed or it ever shows up was posted by an account that also posted the fake screenshots somebody made of me a long time ago. I just wanted to quickly mention this because there are instances where a lot of right-wingers that I'm talking about are boosting these things, platforming it. They don't fact check anything. They're trying to excuse it with like, oh, I just want to see who can debunk this. But in reality, it's just like they don't care. They just want to like spread these things. You see a bigger account that also harasses me many times, Espiritu posting it, and Chibi Reviews quote tweeting this is nuclear level bad, compare the statement with recent stuff invading everyone's timeline, no wonder she's deleting tweets. They don't care about the truth, they just want to spread this narrative, and they are going to use fake screenshots, they're going to use things out of context in order to push these things. Chibi Reviews was also like one of the accounts that amplified the fake screenshots that were made of me. I don't have any empathy left, honestly, for these people anymore. When people like this are still doubling down on like their transphobia, their racism, and whatnot. I made one tweet about it because Chibi Reviews plays the victim the entire time, being like, oh, I can't believe people get away with attacking my personal life. And I just posted a huge paragraph saying that he starts these harassment campaigns. He sends his hateful loser fan base after everybody who he doesn't agree with, and it's just creating this hostile, toxic environment. And then he plays the victim, trying to appeal to people's empathy and sympathy, and gets away with it, sadly, too many times. But just wanted to quickly mention, because I've seen people in my replies post this or ask about this as well, and I didn't address it in the initial stream. This is completely made up bullshit. Anyways, enjoy the drama slop. June 12th, I saw things unfold on my timeline with the worst and most horrible people in the VTuber space, and it turned into like this weird, huge, chronically online and stupid fucking drama. And I just want to talk about it again. I talked about it yesterday, I touched on it yesterday, but I didn't really like properly address all of the things. So obviously I'm talking about the drama with the VTuber Deme. That's what I wanted to talk about. There was this tweet on June 12th saying, hey, just a reminder, I'm extremely uncomfortable with NSFW art of me. But why did you make your VTuber look like that? Just cause I like sexy or hot things doesn't mean I want to see of it. It's just a VTuber. Who do you think of when you see it? And then a clarification. I just feel like there's so many other content creators who'd love to have artists draw them in that way, and it's wasted efforts towards me too. But I'd like to make this clear. I'm completely okay with sexy stuff, because I love sexy hot women. I just don't like, which I think is kind of fine. Like, that's a normal take. Like, you can have spicy art, you can have the lewd art or whatnot, and not like blatant of your VTuber model, right? It can make you uncomfortable. And, you know, Satan's greatest soldier quote tweeted, this level of virtual signaling has stun-locked me. Look at the repost. And it's just, you know, fan art that is lewd being reposted. And I think the artist also made a tweet about this, saying that they took it down because they also had like an NSFW version of it. Obviously only posted like the Twitter-friendly one. But yeah, Deme's reply to this was, wait, oh my god, aren't you the guy whose fiance literally cheated on you and your whole friend group sided with her? LMFAO, and it got like 5.3 million views. Me adding on to this with the thumbnails. I proposed. Chibi Vlog. I'm getting married and 2 years of daily uploads 1 year ago. I lost everything. I also caught some flack for this because how dare I make fun of somebody's misfortune? And I went ahead and I just laid out like all of like these things. Like, look at this. Okay, we got Deme's tweet And then you go down. Oh my god, Deme is mean to Chibi. Oh my god. Oh my god, how dare she? And then it kind of went to different angles of Deme doesn't care about men's mental health. Oh my god, you're making fun of a man being cheated on. You're a hypocrite. With like unironically the best fucking banger fan art that I've ever seen. Wait, you got cheated on? LMFAO. I'ma be real, Chibi is not a good person. Chibi is a horrible person. Constantly downplays the transphobia, misogyny, and racism in the space. Boosts bigots. Boosts people who, you know, are saying the N-word and whatnot, making fun of a trans kid's side and harvesting a community full of chronically online misogynistic bigots. He's also a lolicon, and he viciously attacks anybody who criticizes him, and then he pretends to like, I'm just farming the hate, while also going, wait, why is everybody mean to me? I just talk about anime. I don't do anything bad. And a lot of people in this space who see themselves in this position, who want to normalize the abuse that they give out to marginalized groups, you know, women, BIPOC creators, LGBTQ plus creators, and so on. They love normalizing this bullshit, and that's why they defend this. And I was like, Chibi Reviews crashes out because Deme called him a cuck on Men's Mental Health Awareness Month with like a post like this being like, oh my god, she's such a hypocrite. She's just saying that she cares about men's mental health because she wants to take advantage of men who are struggling, and then she doesn't care about my struggles. And I was like, you're a horrible person. Like, you know, just because somebody cares about men's mental health doesn't mean that they have to care about every man's mental health. That's just, you know, it's cry bully, victim mentality, sympathy baiting, and so on. That's what he constantly does. I saw this post. Chibi fans want to preach about men's mental health by making fun of a man's suicide attempt. I got slashed accidentally when I pulled the scissors away from him, trying to save his life from a horrible decision. Their obsession with the cuck fantasy also checks out. I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own life, and I don't wish that upon anyone. As I said before, I don't care about the guy in general. I'm not gonna apologize to a guy who dated a teen when he's pushing 30, scammed his fans of thousands of dollars of a lawsuit that never happened. Never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised the guy doesn't understand boundaries, consent. If you want to hate me through how I speak and carry myself, fair game. However, if you're going to always complain about harassment in Twitter and cause harassment on me getting physically harmed, it makes zero sense. Anyway, I'm gonna continue my Japan trip. It's wild to me that they, you know, they harass her. They harass anybody who calls them out, and then they pretend that we need to care about their struggles. It's like I call out how these people abuse trans people, how they bully trans kids into taking their own lives, how they turn it into memes. And then I, you know, say that they're horrible people and they deserve to be alone and miserable. And then it's like, oh, but aren't you the party of sympathy? Aren't you the party of empathy? Why do you not care about us? Why do you not tolerate us? Aren't you the one who are like supposed to accept everybody? It's like, you know, if you're a horrible person, you kind of break this rule. And yeah, I feel bad for people. I feel bad for being mean sometimes to horrible people, but everybody on this side is continuously, you know, punching down. And then when you push back, when you give them the slightest bit of the same energy back, they're going to whine about it. And they try to gaslight you, downplay your struggles, and they want to have like the victim card and so on. It's abusive, right? It's abuser mentality that they constantly have. Anyways, then this went also to Deme is a hypocrite because Deme getting back together with her ex. And then people are like posting this being like, oh my god, aren't you like in the same boat? You know, they pretend she's a hypocrite also because, you know, like men's mental health and so on. So somebody made like a huge rant. Somebody who's transphobic has called me a groomer many times and has me accused of doing horrible things, doing like a huge post about how Deme has bipolar or borderline personality disorder, not even bipolar, borderline personality disorder, saying how he had a sister or has a sister with borderline personality disorder and a co-worker whose wife has borderline personality disorder, and all of the people who constantly like preach about like, oh, what about men's mental health? What about mental health? They are also the ones who are weaponizing borderline personality disorder against women in order to portray them as some psychotic, somebody who cannot be trusted, somebody with like two sides, somebody who is just, you know, horrible and manipulative and so on, right? Not understanding borderline personality disorder, the stigmatization of it, portraying it as like everybody's borderline personality disorder manifests in the same way. Everybody deals with it like the same way, right? It's like, oh, you have interactions with somebody who has BPD, so you have you just like have it all figured out. The same tactic also with like somebody like Tectone, who in order to portray himself as like the victim in the situation, the one who is like logical and so on, when it comes to portraying Pinkju as a psychotic with BPD, making a huge post about this, ending it with the Sims for women with BPD can be just as toxic as their pull during the good moments can be legitimately magnetic, and they form strong parasocial bonds with creators such as her. People with BPD, when they are happy, are very charismatic, charming, and very warm, almost a complete mirror reverse of the depth of their toxic downward spiral. The Sims become blinded by her toxic nature, reinforce her Davo attacks. And so many idolize women with mental illnesses. That crazy chick is the trope that so much of the Sims economy is catered to. TLDR, stay away from people with BPD. They are dangerous and will often ruin your life, even through a parasocial lens, and treatment often has limited success. It's literally just like using a mental health issue that manifests during like a trauma response in order to isolate, invalidate, and downplay women. It's so fucking toxic. It's so hostile. And, you know, all of like these people, they are manipulative, right? They are the ones who are attacking somebody because she didn't want somebody to generate porn of her VTuber model. And they turn it into this huge harassment campaign. Literally being offended because a woman said no. That's the problem. Absolutely wild. Absolutely horrible. We also had like Tectone adding his 2 cents to it because he desperately clings to any form of relevancy by diving into like these dramas, and he's never missing a chance to be either transphobic or misogynistic or homophobic or whatnot, right? Like he loves that. Breaking, Tectone speaks out on the recent Deme drama. They spent $10,000 on a model where they look like an absolute blow-up doll. And I was like, this just in says that a woman is asking for it. They're literally like, so why does your VTuber model look attractive when you don't want people to generate material to it and goon to it, actually? It's like Tectone being like, oh my god, these OnlyFans getting all of like these cosmetic surgeries, they want to be sexualized, they want to be taken advantage of, they like this. It's just this mentality. Oh wait, makes a lot of sense when you know who's the one saying that, right? As somebody who had somebody generate, like AI generate transphobic revenge of me because I made them so mad on Twitter or whatnot, I don't know. Like, it's gross. It is gross seeing that. I don't like it. Like, I called it out back then, and I had people be like, oh, you're asking for it. Oh, it's the internet. You can't control these people. Oh, actually, You probably liked it. Well, it's your VTuber model, it's not your face. That's also like what Tectone used as like a cope. I called him out on it, and he tweeted this. He actually tweeted twice, but he deleted the first one. Trans foul child grooming legend Meow just called me a rapist because I told VTubers their model can't get sexually harassed. You know, he lost his slander. Everybody knows that he is a rapist, but he still, you know, clings on to like the propaganda of like, oh my god, Nyara is a and then deleted it and replaced it with just got called a rapist because I said you can draw VTubers however you like. Obviously the rapist doesn't fucking understand consent. Sure, it's a VTuber, of course, but who do you think about with the VTuber? Who is using this VTuber in order to express themselves online? Obviously, it's not my face. Obviously, it's not Deme's face. But these people also wouldn't be upset if there was like AI generated of people's real life self. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't care about consent. He doesn't respect consent. Something that a lot of like these conservative grifters and you know, far-right losers do not understand. But yeah, so the reason why I am talking about this, obviously, is because a lot of the people who are involved, like Dezu, Tectone, Chibi, and whatnot, they are also the ones who have slandered me, who have attacked me, who have attacked friends of mine over a year ago. And they are the ones who are, you know, botting likes. They are pushing these narratives. They are throwing all of like the at the wall and seeing what sticks. They don't care about the truth. They just lie. They make shit up. They twist things. They take things out of context. They manipulate things. And a lot of bigger VTubers do not speak up. A lot of bigger VTubers who get attacked like this are going to find themselves alone. And the only ones who are speaking up are the ones who have been a victim of these harassment campaigns since day one. And another narrative that they are like heavily pushing right now, similar to the Deme is asking for it, Deme is actually, you know, a online whore, is Deme heads on stream. This is the most like incel, chronically online, misogynistic, dumbass shit that I've ever seen. It's so weird. They went through a VOD of Deme, which is like an Outer Wilds VOD, time-stamping all of the moments. Change of technique. Dog, I cannot. The rising sand must be making her claustrophobic in real life. The rising sand has her worried, so she looks to her left and starts wobbling again. Pro must think the sand's so loud he's safe or something. She can't breathe. Guys, safe word. This is Kaya Gate, but even more ridiculous and stupid. Incels be like, this is what sex looks like. This was all part of a bit. It's a segment in Outer Wilds where you get like introduced to a lot of like the quantum mechanics and so on. And it's, you know, and I was like, oh my god, you're like getting kind of paranoid and whatnot. Damn, I'm not near now. This is bouncing a little bit. I wonder if they believe that Kirsche gets railed on stream all of the fucking time because her model is moving constantly. Like, you know, yeah, she's moving. Like, I can't wobble as much because my model isn't, like, tracking all of, like, the micro movements as much. But, like, you know, if you have, like, ADHD and it manifests in a way that you're, like, constantly, like, moving and, like, jittering and so on, like, obviously, if you have good enough tracking, it's going to translate your movement. And they sit there and they're like, that means that she's getting railed. Like, it's so fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb. And at the same time that this is happening, her boyfriend is literally streaming Counter-Strike, literally pushing their cuck fantasies onto like Deme, her boyfriend, and her chat and so on. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. They were both streaming at the same time. So there's a new claim about this Deme person. That not only is she getting piped on stream, but you can actually hear her getting railed during her boyfriend's stream, cacking him live, if you will. This is a lie that I've also been able to completely debunk. I've matched the timestamps from both reports, and you can actually see both of their POVs and what they were doing during each alleged timestamp I was sent. So I edited them side by side with the allegations in the top left, and I burned in the original timecodes, as well as the BF timecodes into the demo footage.
Okay, guys, I get too nervous. I get too nervous, and I always miss the last bunny hop because I scroll too fast.
Oh shit! I need to slow the fuck down. Oh! Oh!
Where is he?
Oh my god, she was screaming because she almost crashed in the planet. No, this must have been her getting railed.
Oh my god! Oh my...
Incels be like, this is what sex looks like. Nobody screams if they aren't fucking. Damn, they should go and timestamp my Valorant words. Getting railed so much live on stream. Oh god. Oh fuck. And that's when I came, actually. But yeah, it's so fucking ridiculous to have a big VTuber who doesn't have like an overly sexualized model, who doesn't have like an OF, like push this narrative. Oh, Deme is just doing it because she wants to cuck her Chad. If she was trans, it would be like, oh, you just like the idea that minors could watch that. It's just projection. It's pure delusion. It's so deranged. It's the most chronically online shit I've ever heard. That's what they're pushing. This is the controversy that's been going on for like 4 days now. But like, we're supposed to like take this seriously and be like, oh yeah, actually, all of this actually warrants that, like, you know, Deme is getting harassed and being portrayed as a hypocrite because she doesn't want non-consensually AI and whatnot generated of her VTuber model. This is something that I've been calling out in the VTuber community for a really long time, ever since Twitter turned into 4chan, with all of like these people, like all of the bigger VTubers are like, oh, we just ignore it, right? Like, we are apolitical, we are just like on the fence, we have like our streams. And then they also get like involved in like these harassment campaigns because they say or do anything, any minor thing that is like an inconvenience to these right-wing losers. And then they blow it up. They turn it into a huge harassment campaign. They try to go after Deme. They try to go after anyone who is like in her community and so on, in order to punish somebody for literally setting a boundary, for literally being like, hey, I'm okay with spicy art, just don't do of me. That's what this is about. And then you can be like, oh yeah, it was like kind of mean of her to, you know, bring up that Chibi is a loser who got cheated on and then lost his entire friend group because he's such a miserable degenerate and such a horrible fucking weirdo that nobody actually likes. Yeah, it was like a little bit mean. I made a video on this because like I got attacked by these losers as well, because I said that he deserves to be alone. All of these cry bullies, all of the abusers, all of the people who are literally like sitting there attacking trans people, attacking BIPOC creators, attacking cis women as well, right? Like, they are the ones like crying when you don't care about their feelings. That's this video here. When you don't care about the right's feelings, right? I was like, deserved. You're a horrible person who will never be happy. You will never be anything but a hateful, miserable piece of shit who deserves to be completely ostracized. Hope this is a wake-up call, but knowing you, you'll just blame marginalized groups and the woke, you freak. That's what I said back then. That's what I got canceled for. And, you know, it's like, oh my god, Nyara is so mean. How dare Nyara be so mean? Shouldn't you preach love and tolerance? Aren't you the one who is constantly crying about, you know, being harassed and targeted because you get misgendered, and somebody's saying the truth that you're actually a man? Even in their cry bullying, they cannot stop making about the fact that they are transphobic losers who deserve to, you know, just be alone and miserable. Like, they are the ones using the slurs. They are the ones who are memeing about trans people's side. They are the ones who are portraying me as a who are sending death threats to me, and then they are crying when somebody is mean to them, and they literally cannot help themselves but sit in the replies and be like, well, now that you're mean, I can be mean back. When they started it and they prolong it. They keep doing the shit. It's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying, and I'm so tired of it. And ever since Twitter turned into 4chan, these people have been roaming free. These people have been hijacking all of like these conversations. They are the ones who are constantly amplifying and boosting these weird ass conspiracy theories. They are the ones who are like astroturfing these narratives. And nobody is allowed to speak up. Nobody's allowed to like push back. All of like the VTubers at the top are like, yeah, I don't really want to get involved because they are so terrified of these losers. They're not even real people. They're not real people. Stop getting intimidated by these losers. What are they going to do? Cry? You have a big platform. You have a community. You have people who support you. And you're intimidated by, like, I don't know, Refsis, Dezu, and Chibi Reviews crying? Like, come on. Come on. Eventually, more VTubers will get attacked just like how they attack and go after small, tiny creators that they can bully into silence, that they can bully off the platform, because they want to like desperately form this permission structure where the only view that is allowed in the VTuber space is their far-right, ultra-conservative talking points. Oh, I need the anime girl to not have an opinion that doesn't align with mine, because then that doesn't appeal to me, and then I get like hurt, and that actually oppresses me. The reality is, a lot of the viewers, a lot of the people, especially like on Twitter, especially on VTwitter, are parasocial, misogynistic, right-wing men. And they like their anime girls when they either shut their mouth or they echo back the views that they already have. That is why they amplify the ones who are like saying slurs. That is why they are amplifying the ones who are like playing the victim, being like, I can't believe that it's so hard as like a Christian, and like I'm getting cancelled for my views, and then their views is like, I don't know, trans people deserve to be in mental asylums or whatnot. And that is like the shit that we need to tolerate. And if you don't tolerate this, then it's like, oh, so much for the tolerant woke left. It's so embarrassing that this always happens. That this is also, you know, something that I have been, you know, dealing with for such a long time. And nobody cares at the top until it personally affects them. You saw that with Bao, and now you're seeing it with Deme. And I appreciate Deme for at least, like, you know, punching back a little bit. Pushing back a little bit. I need more of like the bigger VTubers to like actually like speak up and like stand up for each other. Because like this shit, this like weird permission structure that exists online is just so fucking exhausting. Like, I'm so tired of it. And sadly, nothing will change unless like people are actually going to like stand up and speak up against these things. Unless people like at the top are actually like wanting to back each other up and no longer be like intimidated by like these weird artificially boosted and astroturfed narratives from these cry bullies. Once they like stop being afraid of amplifying the voices of those that are like, you know, constantly being targeted by these losers. Once they amplify, you know, the voices of people like me, somebody who has been slandered and attacked by somebody like Tectone or Asmongold and so on. once they are no longer intimidated to just follow or collab or like associate with people like me who are victims of like these harassment campaigns, maybe then there might be a change. But I will always call out these losers, right? Like I also got involved when these freaks went after Riley, being like, oh my god, she's cheating in Battlefield. Like I will always call this shit out when they go after another BIPOC creator for just existing. When they cry about black VTubers making like the Black VTuber Awards in order to like appreciate themselves and their community, because they are so detached from like the general VTuber space, because these people create like an unsafe environment for them. I will always call this out because this is not the space that I want to be in, and I want to at least be like a force into like the right direction. Obviously Twitter cannot be saved, right? Twitter cannot be fixed unless Elon Musk is gone. Like, we all know this. This is all just like so chronically on Twitter. But sadly, a lot of VTubers are just on Twitter. A lot of bigger creators are just on Twitter, and they let this shit slide because they are so scared of getting involved. I have bigger creators like my tweets, but they are scared and intimidated by these freaks, so they don't even want to like follow me. My VTube studio crashed. Even VTube studio doesn't want to associate with me. Right, this is also what I talked about with Hewwo. Hewwo experiencing like the same silence and lack of support. Because the moment that you speak up for what is right, the moment that you push back against these people, everybody at the top is just like so scared of interacting with you because they don't want to be a target. They don't want to get like a fraction of the abuse that we experience. And once it does hit a bigger VTuber, like the whole mechanism, the whole like right-wing network is being like utilized in order to push back against them. And the only people who are speaking up in like support, the ones, you know, who are like pushing back against the narrative, are smaller creators. And they, you know, these losers are the ones controlling the narrative because nobody at the top wants to like call them out. Nobody wants to like make them upset. Like, what are they going to do? Make a video about you? Like, make 7 videos about you crying about it? Oh my god, you were so mean. I get not wanting to deal with it, but like, have some backbone, please. I'm begging. But yeah, they call it the most unemployed drama ever. And it's like, this is going to be something that will like happen more frequently. And I'll be there. I will be there. And I will have the back of content creators who are a victim of like these dumbass attacks.